Home on Lagrange, where the deer and antelope's loss of external pressure would cause the gas inside their lungs to expand, which will rupture the lungs and release the air into the circulatory system. Not quite as catchy. This is Home on Lagrange. Set in the 70s, players will build a space station of 4 modules in a Lagrange point. These are areas in space that have a balanced gravitational pull, perfect for building a space station. There you go. There are a number of modules in the centre of the table. Each player will have a hand of resource cards. Players take turns that consist of 3 phases. The first phase is the action phase, where you must take one of 4 actions. Purchase a module. Discard resource cards from your hand which have a value on the bottom to pay for the cost of that module. The cost of the module will increase as you buy your second, third and fourth module. Resource cards have a colour, and if they match the colour of the module, you place them face up on the module. The rest are discarded. Another action you could take is to place a missing coloured card face down on a module. The third action is to play a black or white resource card. Black cards negatively affect your opponent, while white cards will positively affect you. If you don't want to do any of these 3 actions, you can discard a card to draw a card. After taking one of these actions, you draw a card. Then you restock the mass driver. In other words, shuffle the module cards down, discard the last one that's pushed off the end, and reveal a new one from the deck. Play will proceed clockwise. If you have 2 modules of the same type, you get to take an Admiral ability. The types are Infrastructure, Defence, Accommodation, Education and Recreation. These let you take special thematic actions throughout the game. Infrastructure lets you play 2 resource cards on a module instead of 1. Defence lets you play 2 white or black cards in a turn instead of 1. Accommodation lets you draw a card at the beginning of your turn instead of the end. If you had 2 education modules in the draw phase, you draw 2 and discard 1. And if you have 2 recreation modules in the draw phase, you draw 2 but you discard down to 4. When all players have built 4 modules, the game ends. You score the lowest value for each of your modules, plus the value of the resource cards on them. You score for set collection of types of modules, which is weirdly like poker. 4 different modules is 3,000 points, 4 of a kind 2,200, down to a pair which is worth 1,400. Most points wins. This game has a lot of take that. One black card called Alien Invasion allows you to discard an opponent's module and all resource cards on it. That could be a lot of points, and that took a lot of effort to build up. They can be defended against, but not always. But I do like hand management games like this, where you need to keep a card for an ability, but you also need to discard it to pay for a module. These choices are always hard and generally fun. They're frustrating in a good way and require you to make sacrifices for the greater good. There are a lot of geeky references on the cards which are sure to cause some table conversation. They went over my head, but I'm sure you'll love them. There is also the Admiral's Log, a book of 1 to 2 page short stories you can read after the game that is based on modules you put into your play area. My story was an homage to The Breakfast Club. All in all, it's a good, enjoyable experience. I played half a demo with 2 players, and I think the full 5-player game full of back and forth will be a great gaming experience. Give it a go. Remember to like, share and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JTR Podcast to find the blog and the podcast at jtrpodcast.com. I've been Rob aka Jesta ThaRogue, and I'll see you soon.